You're watching KUTV 2 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone. The unthinkable has happened again as a crazed gunman opens fire on a group of children.
It happened just before 10 this morning in the Los Angeles suburb of Granada Hills. A man with a machine gun walks into a Jewish community center and opens fire on the people inside. Reporter Bobby Harley has been following the manhunt and joins us now with the latest on the story. Bobby?
Well, Michelle and Brian, police may be zeroing in on a suspect at least in a carjacking that took place within minutes and within miles of the shooting that happened here at this day camp. The suspect here has eluded police all day long. Los Angeles looked like a war zone throughout the day. SWAT teams with their weapons drawn conducting a frantic search for the gunman who opened fire at a Jewish community center. Witnesses say the attacker burst into the lobby of the North Valley Community Center and fired indiscriminately with an Uzi. And 20 to 30 shots later, 5 people lay wounded.
And then I see this man with a gun, and it took me a minute to realize what was going on. It didn't make sense. It's like, how can this be happening? This is in the movies. You know, it doesn't happen here, and not when I'm around.
The attack happened just before 11 a.m. when about 24 children were inside. Parents raced to the scene as police went from room to room looking for the suspect, but they couldn't find one, and eventually rescuers led the children safely outside.
Children were kind of awestruck, and they held hands together with the police officers and firefighters as they walked across Rinaldi.
Police described the suspect as balding, white in his 40s and wearing green. Shortly after the attack, authorities found a red van loaded with ammunition. And late in the evening, police surrounded a nearby motel. They were led there after discovering a car believed stolen by the suspect.
But at this point, I have to emphasize, we don't know his motive. We don't know why he attacked these particular kids at this particular location.
As for the victims, the most critically injured, a little boy, made it through hours of surgery, and doctors say now they do expect him to live. As for the other 4 victims, they remain in stable condition. In Los Angeles, I'm Bobby Harley. Michelle, Brian, back to you.
Okay, Bobby, thanks much. Bobby Harley reporting from Los Angeles.
At the Jewish Community Center in Salt Lake, people reacted first with horror and then with increased security. The JCC here has sent staff to train at the LA Center, and members of both organizations know each other. Larry Warren has more on local reaction now and level of hate crimes in our state. Are there very many, Larry?
Well, Brian, actually, there are very few hate crimes in Utah, although there are any number of acts of violence involving various ethnic groups that could maybe fall under that definition. Still, random acts of violence seem to happen almost daily somewhere in America, and they do worry people.
My heart just dropped. It was so scary that no place is really 100% safe.
At the Jewish Community Center, the staff locked the doors to better monitor who came and went today. They met tonight to review security policies, and they plan to talk to the older kids tomorrow about what happened at the similar center in L.A.
Whenever there's an incident in a public place, it makes me worry, because we are no different than any other public structure around the country.
The KSL and Family History Library shootings show we're no exception to random violence by deranged shooters. But Utah is different in the level of pure hate crimes. There aren't many. There are skinheads who've made noise from time to time in southern Utah. There are neo-Nazis in northern Idaho. But in between, pure hate crimes have been few.
I think there's some vagueness there that really does not make us inclusive in our treatment of hate crimes. But the conditions are there constantly, and we're no exception.
Joan Smith monitors Utah hate crime for the National Conference for Community and Justice.
It's when the good people are silent. That's what scares me. It's hard to stand up for against exclusive behavior.
Now, Utah's worst hate crime was when avowed racist Joseph Paul Franklin shot 2 black men dead in Liberty Park. That was well over a decade ago. In the past decade, federal prosecutors have prosecuted just 2 hate crimes in the state. And again, we have to emphasize it's not known the motive of this shooter in Los Angeles. Brian.
Larry, what about the parents with kids at the JCC? Are they worried about trouble?
A few of them did call and asked what was being done regarding security, but the JCC was encouraged that nobody came in a panic to get their kids out today.
Okay, thanks, Larry, reporting live. 2 successful prosecutions of hate crimes in Utah in recent years were for crimes against a black family in Ogden and against Polynesians in Utah County.
After 24 hours of battling rough terrain and high winds, Provo search and rescue crew teams recover the body of a man discovered by a hiker. The body was found yesterday, but search teams couldn't reach it until this morning. A helicopter was needed to reach the body, and from there the recovery got even more dangerous.
There are a number of cliffs up there that are way over 300 feet, and we'll have to go to the top of the mountain and come down to it.
The hiker who found the body says it was next to a cave near a campsite and likely had been there for several days.
2 News first told you about the arrest of a suspect who police say preys on mentally disabled women. Patrick Kollick was jailed for the alleged rape of a 51-year-old woman, but Marcus Ortiz reports there may be many other victims out there.
This case disturbed South Salt Lake police because the suspect, Patrick Kollick, apparently brags in his diaries about his relationship with as many as 24 victims.
He's very addicted to pornography, but at times it seems like it is not enough, and he has to go beyond the pornography videos and the pictures.
Now, investigators say Patrick Kollick is attacking women who are mentally disabled to satisfy his sexual desires. These are diaries that were seized by police from Kollick's apartment. They date back to 1993, and he writes of his alleged conquests with several women in chilling detail. In one entry, Kollick writes, "I choose the women that will not say no to me, and I choose women who are lower functioning than me." Investigators say Kollick himself may be mentally challenged, but they still consider him a dangerous man.
He's gotten to the point where he will take and bind the victims, handcuff them, restrain them on the beds, and he's also taking photographs of them while he's doing that.
Police say Kollick was discovered in the apartment of one of his victims. They say his victim has the mental capacity of a 5-year-old, and he's suspected of raping her roommate, who is also mentally challenged. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, Marcus Ortiz reporting now. Police are concerned about the possibility of more victims. People who know of any mentally disabled women who may have had contact with Patrick Kollick are asked to call the South Salt Lake Police.
Well, the battle between polygamists and anti-polygamists rages on here in Utah. This time they are fighting over lewd and harassing email allegedly sent to a pro-polygamous website. Elizabeth Danheim joins us now live. And Liz, who's accusing whom?
Well, Michelle, a Utah polygamist is suing an anti-polygamous crusader for allegedly sending nasty emails to him. Now, this crusader is known to be associated with Tapestry of Polygamy, an anti-polygamous group. And although Tapestry says they knew him, they also say they knew nothing of the lewd emails and condemn whoever is responsible.
This is the picture allegedly sent to a pro-polygamy website run by Ian Roebuck. He was shocked by the nasty picture and even more surprised by the threatening email he received. Roebuck read part of it at a press conference today.
We're watching your every move, all of you, which indicates they're stalking. You should be worried, and I was. You will pay for your sins on earth as well as your fornicating adultery.
Roebuck is accusing Charles Castle of sending the nasty email. America Online traced the email account to the National Organization for Women, where Castle works as an official. He's also been working for Tapestry of Polygamy as a volunteer.
I believe the actions of Mr. Castle were both malicious and reckless in their nature and designed to either silence, threaten, and/or humiliate those that speak out with a different point of view.
That's what Tapestry is not about. Tapestry is about taking care of people's needs.
Tapestry says they have nothing to do with the lewd emails, and they know for a fact they were sent from California a month before Castle ever came to work for them.
We don't see any motivation behind it. It's certainly not going to benefit him or benefit Tapestry. Tapestry is not mentioned in the case. We don't think Tapestry will be a party to the case.
Even so, they believe this is an attempt by polygamists to damage their cause.
If anything, it is to undermine the work that we're doing here and to smear our name. And it's really a travesty that this had to be made public. But we're just going to go on working and doing the things that we've always done, and that is to help women and children.
Tapestry says they have not contacted Charles Castle, but plan on sending him a letter suspending any working relationship they had with him. 2 News tried to contact Castle today. We did, and we also asked him if he did send those harassing emails. He refused to comment. Michelle.
Liz, are police involved in this investigation now?
Sandy police did investigate, but after a while they decided not to prosecute.
Okay, thanks, Liz. The email also takes aim at another famed Utah polygamist, Royston Potter. It accuses him of having sex with another man's wife. Potter denies that. The accuser in this case, Ian Roebuck, is suing Castle for $240,000.
We told you about it on Sunday night, but now the rumors surrounding a big shakeup in the ranks of the Utah Jazz have finally been confirmed. Dave Fox keeping an eye on the story. Joins us now with more on the defection of Scott Layden.
Layden has been with the Jazz for 18 years now, and today he said it was time to grow up and leave the comfort of home. Tomorrow, Layden will be introduced to the New York Knicks fans as the leader of their team. Layden said that the factors that led to his decision to move on include the challenge of expanded responsibilities, the support of his family who look forward to a new life at the Big Apple, and his relationship with former Jazz president Dave Checketts, who runs the organization which owns the Knicks and has been after Scott for some time. At today's news conference, Layden made a point of thanking, among several others, the people of Utah.
And specifically the people of the Mormon faith. I think that really they have taught myself and our family some great qualities of how to raise a family, how to great moral values and ethics that I think are so important today.
The thought of life without Scott is bleak, in a sense. We assume that will pass. We'll make our adjustments and do the things we need to do, as Scott will as he moves on in his life.
Miller added that the timing of this move is terrible at best, with the NBA in the middle of the free agent hunt. For now, General Manager Tim Howes will assume those duties with help from Miller, and you'll hear more from Larry later on in sports, including some harsh words for the system which Miller believes allows people like Scott Layden to slip away. He wishes him well, of course, but he would love to have kept him here, but just doesn't have the finances, if it were money, of course, to match that, and other things.
And he's gone right away, huh?
Yeah, he's on his way to New York now, and he has a news conference there tomorrow. So.
Big teams the big cities can pay.
Boy,
yeah,
that was
all right,
quick.
Thanks. More ahead on 2 News at 10 tonight.
Coming up right after the break.
Just a big, something like that, just a big, like a big explosion.
A close call at a downtown Salt Lake construction site. A 200-foot crane tumbles to the ground.
Plus, tragedy strikes the family of one of America's most famous actors. Just what happened to the wife of Star Trek's William Shatner?
And I'm Bill Gappard. Coming up, what if you pay your credit card bill, then they say they never got the payment, then start to ruin your credit? I'll show you what I did about that coming up.
And I'm Bill Boss. If you saw this rainbow in the Salt Lake Valley this evening, you may think it was a good sign. But it's not. I have Futurecast on the way.
At R.C. Willey, you'll see the newest and finest fashions in our New Directions Furniture Gallery.
Guaranteed this week at Blockbuster. He was a playwright whose last 2 shows flopped.
I have lost my gift.
She wanted to act when women weren't allowed on stage.
That woman is a woman!
When they teamed up,
my heart belongs to you.
They broke all the rules.
The show must go on.
And the rest became history.
Romeo and Juliet, just a suggestion. Good title.
Shakespeare in Love. Guaranteed to be there at Blockbuster.
First, there was Chevy Suburban. Then came Lincoln, Lexus, Mercedes, and the others. And in the end, the one that started it all is still the one that tows the most, holds the most, and does the most. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
2 News and You. News with you in mind. With Michelle King and Mark Cabell.
A tragedy for the man best known as Captain Kirk. Actor William Shatner finds his wife dead at the bottom of their pool. 40-year-old Noreen Shatner was home alone at the time. It appears she accidentally drowned while swimming in the pool. Police do not suspect foul play. Shatner married his 3rd wife 2 years ago, and this morning he was obviously distraught.
Her laughter, her tears, and her joy will
Shatner and paramedics performed CPR but could not revive her. Court records show that Shatner filed for divorce 11 months after he and his late wife married. No word whether he intended to proceed with that action.
A major traffic snarl on a big city freeway as pipes go crashing to the ground. That tops news in your world tonight. This is the way it looked when it was over. PVC pipe had smashed into thousands of pieces. An 18-wheeler was on an overhead ramp when the driver lost control and the truck flipped on its side. An Amtrak crash in Milwaukee where the train hit a dump truck. Amtrak apparently sounded warning whistles before impact. The truck driver was taken to a local hospital. And Japan's parliament erupted in a brawl last night. The fight in connection with a plan to give police more power to crack down on organized crime. And that's news in your world. A proposal would let Japanese police tape phone calls when investigating the underworld.
Coming up next on 2 News at 10, an electrifying experience for a Chicago utility worker. The entire mishap is captured on videotape, and we will show you these dramatic pictures.
Plus, the credit card bill that would not die. When the charges wouldn't go away, a West Valley woman decided it's time to get Gebhardt.
It's the first day of school.
Oh, no. I'm sick.
I'll be back in a second. Your temperature is 128 degrees.
Oh, I think I'm hallucinating. Which way is the school? It's snowing!
Staples has everything you need to go back to school. Want low prices? Yeah, we've got that.
Hi, Mike Wilmot, Director of Regional Sales. Glad to... Note to self, try to use the term vis-a-vis in a sentence. Credibility starts with C.
Management. The next big thing from Mike Wilmot.
Hi, can I get some coffee? Oh, are there cups there?
LS. The next big thing from Saturn. More power, more control, more headroom.
It's the Salt Lake Parade of Homes, Utah's biggest and best home show, August 6th through the 22nd. A Salt Lake Tribune Deseret News presentation. 7 homes at the Ridge at South Jordan, 114th South, 11th West, plus 26 throughout the Valley and Tooele. See what's new in home decor and design. Talk to the experts. 70 exhibitors under the tent. Free discount coupons at 7-Eleven. Check newspaper for details. Come to the 53rd Annual Salt Lake Parade of Homes, now open.
What's on your list today? You'll find it at Fred Meyer. We'll help you through your busy day. Oh, what's on your list today? You'll find it at Fred Meyer. One easy stop and you're on your way. What's on your list today? You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
2 News weather brought to you by the Utah Auto Mall in Sandy.
How would you like to pay off your entire $2,000 debt to your credit card company only to have it say, pay again, we didn't get your payment?
Well, for a West Valley woman, it meant a call to get Gebhardt when she simply could not convince First Card Visa that the bill was paid, and so you went to work.
Yeah, it's simple. You know, we write these checks out to the credit companies all the time. What if they said, they took the money away, but they said, sorry, we didn't get it. It's a miserably helpless feeling to watch a huge credit card company unfairly begin to ruin you and your credit despite all your efforts to show to them that they are wrong. And that's when I got the call. Last October, Denise Dittmar wrote a check for $1,779 to First USA Visa, but First USA Visa would not credit the payment. The same balance appeared month after month, and pretty soon non-payment penalty charges on top of that.
Oh, yeah, paid it all in full, and then we started getting these saying that they haven't been paid yet.
To prove her case, she got a copy of her check for $1,779 cashed by First USA Visa. She sent it to them 3 times, she says.
And it was front and back, had their stamp on it. They took the money out of the bank account.
And then the worst happened. First USA Visa was ruining Denise's credit, and she only found out when she was turned down.
Interest rate fees, I was unable to apply for another credit card. I was turned down with those.
So I got involved and called the public relations office at First USA Visa. The response was immediate.
Today, Denise received this letter saying Channel 2 News had contacted them, and finally, First USA says we applied the $1,779.26 to your account, and those fees totaling $201 were removed. And as to those bad credit reports to Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, they've deleted any negative remarks. They apologize, and the letter told Denise your account will be used as a tool to improve upon our services. Denise wonders why they didn't do that in the first place.
I've had other complaints about non-responsiveness from customers of First USA Visa, and I asked the public relations guy, what about those people? And he said they could contact him, but in order to get to him, he said they should contact me. That's a solution, huh? If you have a problem you can't solve, maybe I can. The number 973-3122 or my email address, gephardt@KUTV2.com. That's true.
It seems that a little unfair. They could just put this mark on your credit report. It seems unjust.
It's so one-sided. I've been fighting this for years with a little bit of success from city to city. That's all because credit companies get away with simply reporting one side of the story, the creditor. Consumers are presumed guilty. That's not the way it's supposed to work. It's unfair, but it will take a fair-minded group of legislators to change that, and I've not seen them step forward yet.
Okay. Thank you, Bill. Thanks. A former Utah Boy Scout is in serious condition tonight after being mauled by a black bear. 14-year-old Matthew Murphy was attacked early yesterday while sleeping in his tent in northern Wisconsin. Witnesses say that the bear pulled the boy and the tent nearly 100 feet into the woods before the boy's father scared it off.
As I got to the hill, I saw that the bear was standing over my son and trying to pull him out of the tent. I then ran down the hill and threw the rock, hit the bear in the side.
The 14-year-old had to have nearly 200 stitches to sew up the wounds on his back and shoulders. He is expected to make a full recovery. Rangers say candy wrappers inside the tent may have attracted the bear's attention. If the animal's caught, it will have to be destroyed and then checked for rabies.
Several stitches for a little girl after a moose came barreling down a Utah hiking trail. 6-year-old Courtney Rawl was hiking with her family yesterday behind Mount Timpanogos. They saw a yearling moose, then thought it had moved on, but no.
Here comes the moose down the trail, and I didn't have time to grab Courtney. She was about 5 feet down the trail from me, and she just kind of froze in her position.